just to give you more updates, United States warplanes blocked, quote unquote, blocked from flying near Iran. Ban on U.S. fighters from striking nuke sites. Not only that, they are blocking warplanes, American warplanes. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and these Gulf states are also blocking any spy plane close to Iran that would require this country's airspace to fly. They're blocking, in other words, all kind of U.S. military activities, whether it is the drone, whether it is the warplane, whether it is even military personnel. These countries are now blocking United States in every way, shape, or form. Why? Well, it is because, as we have mentioned in the past videos, they do not want Iran to be upset. Iran made it clear they are going to strike any country that will help United States or Israel attacking Iran. If you remember when the Houthis launched attack back in the year 2015 against Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia's oil refineries, Aramco oil refineries, they were coming under heavy attacks. The only way forward at that time for Saudi government to make peace in the region was to negotiate with the Houthis, which would also mean negotiating with Iran. Later on, Iran agreed to normalize ties with Saudi Arabia, but the attacks coming from Yemen, because Yemen is a neighboring country of Saudi Arabia, could not be stopped by not just Saudi Arabia, but also by United States. With all of its advanced weapons and technologies, attacks could not have been stopped. Saudi Arabia, in other words, learned a lesson that if they upset Iran and Iran decides to attack Saudi Arabia or try to harm them in any way, shape, or form, then it will be a complete disaster for Saudi Arabia, especially now that MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, with his 2030 vision, he doesn't want to take that chance. This is coming on Press TV. Quote, Saudi Arabia and other Persian Gulf states have imposed a ban on U.S. warplanes using their airfields or skies for strikes, which have seen a significant rise targeting Yemen in recent weeks, a report confirms. Now, before we talk more about this particular news, I want you to take a look at the other news coming from Fox, what they are saying. They are saying that Iran has rejected the negotiation offer from Donald Trump, and Fox News is losing it over this rejection of Iran on the face of U.S.'s proposal, Donald Trump's proposal. Take a listen.
Coming out of Iran, as the Iranian president has rejected direct negotiations with the United States over its nuclear program. The very latest is that Iran's president saying earlier today that the Islamic Republic rejected direct negotiations with the United States over its nuclear program, also offering Tehran's first response to a letter that President Trump sent to the country's supreme leader. The president saying that Iran's response left open the possibility of indirect negotiations with Washington. However, such talks have not made any progress since President Trump, during his first term, unilaterally withdrew America from Tehran's nuclear deal with world powers in 2018. You're taking...
Yes, absolutely. Iran doesn't give it, middle finger, anything. They just show you the middle finger these days. So yeah, I mean, no negotiation is going to take place. And we see that U.S. confirms Gulf ban. This is a Gulf ban. Remember the Muslim ban Donald Trump imposed on the Muslims? Now he is getting banned too. So it's a great failure for the diplomacy of Donald Trump, that these Arab countries who doesn't have a spine to begin with, now showing some spine because they know at the end of the day that Iran could actually attack them and harm them. The U.S. has been moving warplanes and cargo to Jordan and Persian Gulf states at the highest level since October 7, 2023. Operation side southern Israeli settlements by Hamas. The number of U.S. military cargo flights to the region has reportedly surged by 50% compared to previous highs. In response to the Persian Gulf states ban, the U.S. has amassed B-2 bombers used in recent bombings of Yemen at Diego Garcia bases in the Indian Ocean. Last week, the Ansarullah movement warned of attacks on Abu Dhabi and Dubai if the UAE's reckless actions, quote-unquote, reckless actions through collaboration with the U.S. in attacks on Yemen persisted. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait are especially worried by President Trump's belligerent rhetoric against the Iranian forces. And Iran recently have threatened that bombing the likes of which they have never seen. So this is what Trump said, and Iran is lashing out at United States. Subscribe for more updates. See you in the next video.